This is Ram Man. I'm back with another video, another topic. I got a topic for you guys tonight, you men and women. Remember back in the 80s and 90s, the music we had, the R&B, the soul music, even the rap back then, way better than this bullshit that we got today. You know what I'm saying? How I used to love like the R&B era of the 90s, especially the 90s. Man, yeah, you had your groups, your R&B groups, and your solo R&B artists. Like they had like their own styles and stuff. Of course, you had some of them that had similar sounds, but they was different, you know, in they artists. They was different the way they put out their art. You know what I'm saying? Man, you had those slow jams. You had the, what they call the New Jack Swing era and stuff like that when it came to the R&B. Man, you had your Babyface, your Jodeci's, your R. Kelly's, your Gerald Levert's, you know. Man, you had, man, so many different artists, so many great and good artists put out great music in the R&B sector. You know, then, you know, they kept that going for a long time. Like R&B really started to die off when it started getting to like the 2000s. Cause you start having so many artists that would actually mix up rap with R&B. You know, you had those groups. I mean, what's that group? B2K. You know, they didn't really make too many slow songs. They made more so your dance type songs, which it was kind of mixed in with a little hip hop and R&B. Which, I mean, that they didn't really do it right to me, if you ask me. Like, you know, back in the days, like back in the 90s, when you had some rap mixed in with R&B, like in the 90s, what's that? When Babyface and LL Cool J remade For the Love in You, you know, had that R&B and hip hop tempo, you know, that was nice. Man, I used to love that song right there. The Babyface did his things, and LL Cool J did his thing. And then, you know, of course, you had your R. Kelly. You know, he made so many hits. You know, like the king of, I just say in his time, you know, in his era, he was like #1 at the time. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got your Michael Jacksons. You know, Michael Jackson crossed over. He was, you know, he was in R&B and like the pop genre. You know what I'm saying? That's how his music was. And man, he had music that actually had you, you know, dancing to it and vibing to it and stuff like that, man. Like, you know, he can hit you all types of different angles. But yeah, then one of my favorite R&B groups in the 80s, I know they started off in the 80s, was Ready for the World. You had, what's the guy name? Not Teddy Riley, but I know Jamie Foxx did a song with him. I can't think of his name right now. But they made great music. Great music. Like, they had a little group, you know, dance groove type sound, and, you know, the slow jam type sound too. Ready for the World is one of my favorite R&B groups. And also, cause I like the Tony Tone, Mid Condition. Man, so many good groups out there that made so many classic songs. That's the thing about it. If you're an artist and you can make
songs... In 1,000
songs,
feet, turn right onto North Madison Street.
You can make songs that actually will be a classic that people can go back and listen to their whole lifetime. That's how we had music back then in the 80s and 90s. And some of the early 2000s, like, even when it comes to this rap, all right, rap back in, like I say, in the 80s and 90s, they made classics. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was gangster rap. Okay, the gangster rappers, all their songs went about killing and robbing and stuff. Some of their songs was about making the world better, all types of stuff like that, man. Like, some people just look at the violent type music
at the light.
With
turn
the
right onto
rap.
North Madison Street.
But what I always said too, like, some of the gangster artists, when they made songs about changing the hood
in a quarter mile,
and
your
changing the
destination
world,
will be on
stuff
the left.
like that, that was always the best songs, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the beat, the beat drives the song and things like that. So when it comes to the most gangsterish shit out there, if it got a nice, good beat and stuff, I mean, a lot of people just was vibing to it anyway. But the thing about it, they was talking about something though. You know what I'm saying? They made sense with their songs, even if they weren't very, very lyrical. That's the thing too. Like, I didn't base my opinion of the best rappers was being the most lyrical. I did my favorite rappers and stuff was the most, to me, was the most, who made most of the impact. Let me just say that. Like your Tupacs. When I say stuff like this, like your Tupacs.
Your destination is on the left.
And Tupac left a mark on the hip-hop game. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the best to do it all times. Tupac. Then, like I say, all times for me, it was Pac. Then from Pac, like I say, I like to have my coasts. What I have the favorite rap artists. And okay, just from the South, my favorites, when it came to the gangster rap, was C Murder. He was my favorite, Then from C Murder, Scarface, you know what I'm saying? People like that from the South. Like I say, then when it came to the East Coast, some of my favorites, AZ, your Nas. I love Nas too. But it's good artists. It was good artists all over every coast. You know what I'm saying? The Midwest, when you come to groups, it was Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yes. Your Twister, yeah, West Coast, of course, Pac. But Pac, when we just talking about your favorite, just all around, just to put it all together, Pac gonna be number one for me when it came to rap anyway. But yeah, music from the 80s and 90s was the best music when it came to R&B, soul music, just in my opinion, when it came to rap too. But yeah, this is Ram Man. I will holler at y'all later. Y'all take care and peace out.